Welcome to an IVS computer technology video tutorial. My name is Julie and I'm the education consultant that's going to walk you through today's steps. Today's video is part of our Smart Notebook 11 video series, and the title is New Features and Enhancements of the Contextual Toolbar Panel. In a previous video, we've already looked at how the pens within Smart Notebook have been enhanced with Smart Notebook 11, and today we're going to look at other tools found within that same contextual panel that have also been enhanced. These other tools include the text tool, the fill tool, and the table tool. So let's start with the text tool. In the past, when you double-clicked on your text on a Smart Notebook page, you would view the fonts toolbar. This is a toolbar that would appear and provide you with your options for the text that was selected. You also had the option of going to your Properties tab to modify your text. In Smart Notebook 11, when you select your text, all of your text properties show up in the contextual panel of the toolbar, or you do have the option of going to the Properties tab as well. And you can see that a lot of the same options are there. Within that Properties tab, you also have line spacing and paragraph formatting. New features to the text tool include nested bullets with numbering and hanging indents, strike out your text, adjustable line spacing, and font previews. To access these new text options, you're going to first select the text that you want to modify and then use the contextual panel to change the properties. To access those additional text properties that are new, you're going to click on the More Text Options icon, and that's going to allow you to apply bullets or strike out your text. So let's try this in real time. I select my text, the contextual panel appears showing me my options, and this is where I can center, change my font, and then access more text options. When I click here, it reveals additional options for me. Here's my numbering, my bullets, my strikeout, and then there were some indentation options as well. Remember that you do also have the option of selecting your text and then going to the Properties tab as well. And this is where you can access line spacing and paragraph formatting. So moving on to the Enhanced Fill tool. This is also known as the bucket tool. And in the past, this was used to fill our basic shapes and our regular polygons. All we had to do was select the bucket, choose a color, and then with one tap to each shape, we could fill each of those shapes with the same color. In Smart Notebook 11, you have the added feature of being able to fill a freehand shape. You're going to select the bucket, choose a color again, and then just click within that freehand shape, and it's filled with color. Let's try these steps one more time. My first task is to draw a closed shape with one of my Smart Pens. Then I'm going to choose the fill icon that looks like a bucket. Next, I'm going to select my color, and then I'm going to click inside of my shape. So let me access a pen, and I'm just going to draw a shape that's closed. I'm going to click on my bucket, choose my color, and then click inside of my shape, and it's filled. And then last, we have our Enhanced Table tool. Our new table enhancements include adjust size features. As I resize my cells, I'm able to access the drop-down menu and adjust the size so that the boundaries of my cells or my table do not change, and I can even choose the new square option. I can also format text within multiple cells at the same time using the contextual panel, and this is different from previous versions in which I had to go cell by cell to format my text. I can also access my properties for a table cell quickly by utilizing the drop-down menu, and I can also access that drop-down menu for multiple cells that have been selected. And then last, one of our favorite new features is that I'm able to remove a cell shade and then bring it back very quickly with one click. So let's take a look. Using the table to the right, I'm going to click and drag to resize the rows and columns. I'm going to highlight specific cells to access the drop-down menu and properties of those cells. I'm going to use the contextual panel to change some of the table properties. And then last, I'm going to add a cell shade and remove. as I hover over my lines, I'm able to resize my cells. And then when I highlight my whole table, notice the drop-down menu appears here tucked into the corner. And I'm going to go down to adjust size, and this is where you'll find the new square option. And in this case, I'm going to choose make same height. And notice that it evens out my cells without changing the boundaries of that table. If I wanted to highlight just these top 2 cells, notice the drop-down menu appears, and whatever properties I choose will only be applied to the 2 cells that I've highlighted. I can also go up to my contextual panel and change the properties for just these 2 cells. I can select my entire table and also use this contextual panel to center my text at the same time, or maybe even change the color of my text at the same time. And then last but not least, I'm going to highlight the cells that I wish to cover, open the drop-down menu. Oops, let's try that one more time. Add a cell shade. And as I remove these cells, and you may have already noticed this as I've gone through the presentation, notice in this corner of these cells after I remove the shades, there's a little button that allows me to click and quickly bring back that cell shade as needed. We hope you've enjoyed these new features. Thank you for joining us for another video, and stay tuned for more videos for Smart Notebook 11.